Seneca to Lucilius, letter 28, on why travel won't fix you. Do you suppose that you alone have had this experience? Are you surprised that after so much travel and so many changes of scene, you haven't been able to shake off the gloom and heaviness of your mind? You need a change of soul rather than a change of climate. Sure, you may cross vast spaces of sea, and sure, as Virgil remarks, lands and cities are left astern, but your faults will follow you wherever you go. Socrates made the same remark to someone who complained just like you. He said, "Why do you wonder that globe-trotting doesn't help you, seeing that you always take yourself with you? The reason which sets you off travelling is always with you. What pleasure is there in seeing new lands or in surveying cities and spots of interest? All your journeying is useless. Do you ask why such flight doesn't help you? It is because you fly with yourself. You have to lay aside the burdens of your mind. Until you do this, there will be no place in the world that will satisfy you. Try to understand that your present behavior is like that of the prophetess whom Virgil describes in this way. She is quite excited and furious because she contains within herself so much stuff that isn't her own. The priestess raves and tries to shake that great God from her heart. You wander here and there to rid yourself of that internal burden, though in fact that burden becomes even worse because of your restlessness. Think of a ship and its cargo. When it's stationary, it makes no trouble at all. But when it continues to shift from this side to that, it causes the vessel to lean over in the direction where it had settled. Basically, anything that you do works against you, and you keep hurting yourself because you're so restless. It's like you're shaking up a sick person. However, once you remove that trouble, your internal frustration, any change of scene will become pleasant. You may end up in the worst part of the world, a really boring, horrible place, but that place will feel hospitable to you. You see, it's the person that you are that matters more than the place to which you go. For that reason, you should try not to be bound to any particular place. Try and believe this, for example. I am not born for any one corner of the universe. The whole world is my country. Now, if you really believed that and saw this fact clearly, you wouldn't be surprised that you got no benefit from the fresh travel to which you roam because you're bored of previous scenes and places and destinations. For the previous scenes and destinations would have pleased you in any case because you can belong anywhere. As it is, however, at the moment, you're not journeying, you're just drifting, or you're being driven. You're merely exchanging one place for another. But the thing is, the thing that you're looking for, the thing which is really to live well, that's found everywhere. Can there be any spot so full of confusion and noise as the public arena? Social media? Yet you can, if necessary, live there quietly. Yes, even there. Of course, if you could make your own arrangements, you might choose to flee from the very sight of the public arena. Delete social media, because such pestilent places assail even the strongest constitution. So there are some places which are also unwholesome for a healthy mind, which is not quite recovered from its sickness. I mean, I disagree with those who strike out into the midst of the billows and, welcoming a stormy existence, wrestle daily in hardihood of soul with life's problems. Yes, the wise man will endure all of that, but will choose not to endure it. He will prefer to be at peace rather than at war. It helps to have cast out your own faults if you must quarrel with the faults of others. Someone said that there were 30 tyrants surrounding Socrates, and yet even those 30 couldn't break his spirit. But the thing is, what does it matter how many masters a man has? Slavery has no plural, and he who has scorned it is free. It doesn't matter how large a mob of overlords he has. It's time for me to stop now, but not before I have paid my duty. Epicurus once said, "The knowledge of sin is the beginning of salvation." That seems to be quite a noble thing to say, because he who doesn't know that he's sinned doesn't desire correction. So you must discover yourself in the wrong before you can reform yourself. Now, some boast of their faults. Do you think that the man has any thought of mending his ways who counts over his vices as if they were virtues? Therefore, as far as possible, prove yourself guilty, hunt up charges against yourself, play the part first of accuser, then of judge, last of intercessor. At times, be harsh with yourself. Farewell.